You're in the rant hole where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get a rant if you become one of those people. Eddie Fear wants me to talk about the underuse of Iyashikei Yaoi. I don't know why do you expect me to have any opinion about this, honestly, because A, I don't really watch Yaoi. It doesn't really do much for me. I mean, the thing about Yaoi is that I feel as though it's often just used as a genre instead of something that happens in a show, if this makes sense. Like, Yuri and Yaoi, I feel this way about. It's like, instead of just portraying gay relationships in a story, which is a great example of a Yaoi show that does this, Modao Zushi, which is really good, and I talked about it recently, but, and even that, the anime doesn't get to the point of the actual yaoi, and apparently, like, while in the web novel it's very yaoi, people are speculating that when they make the second season they will probably censor a lot of that because it is China. But nonetheless, you know, so many yaoi and yuri shows, they're not about just happening to have this type of relationship in a story. It's like, let's craft a yaoi genre work. And so they think, like, what are the popular trends, or what are people looking for in this genre? And it always ends up being kind of the same shit. So, like, I don't know. I feel like the reason yaoi doesn't branch out into more genres is that the approach is not, let's make this type of show and make gay characters in it. It's, let's make a yaoi show. But, like, Iyashikei, I mean, I guess Yuri is used mostly in Iyashikei because of the fact that Yuri is treated as very soft. Like, I think a lot of guys who are into Yuri, especially in Japan, what they look for in it is the lack of men, the lack of masculinity, the lack of, competition, and sort of like, you're just watching, characters who you don't have to relate to, you don't have to project yourself onto, you don't have to feel like it says anything about you. You're just watching people, you're just watching girls be cute together, and they don't necessarily have to act realistic or, like, because in Iyashikei shows, everybody is just a fucking human marshmallow, And for me, as a guy, I have seen some Iyashikei shows that focus on pretty boys instead of pretty girls, and even that have a yaoi slant. But, like, so it's not like they don't exist, but when I watch those shows, it does nothing for me, because when I see male characters, I will just inherently project onto them, and I think that's pretty common. I think that's how a lot of people feel. I don't know if I consider that a failing on my part, or something, but, like, if I watch it and guy characters are really unrelatable to me, then it's even harder for me to get into than if girl characters are unrelatable to me, because I don't necessarily expect them to be relatable to me. And also, just, I want to look at girls, and I don't necessarily want to look at guys. And as long as anime, I think there's way more women consuming it now, and BL and yaoi are very popular genres, but are women watching Iyashikei? Like, is that in their realm of interest? Would more women be watching Iyashikei if there were Yaoi Iyashikei? I guess it would have to be proven. I guess we just would need one to come out that was a big success to prove that there was grounds for it. Because ultimately, most anime are made in the image of other anime that already exist. Most Iyashikei shows borrow from the same traits, a lot of them are directed by the same few people, but, like, they are copying other ones. They're copying what has already been proven as a successful formula. So, if there isn't already a successful Yaoi Iyashikei, then there might not be much reason for other people to consider doing one. But, I can see why you would want it. I mean, there's plenty of Yuri Iyashikei. Why not yaoi? What difference does it make if you slap a dick on them and pull their tits off? I don't know. Just appeals to a different crowd. Somebody's got to make it and prove it can work, I guess. I have no stake in this game at all.